Bit of a late start. I apologize. We're just now eating lunch at my house, so I'm going to try to stay away from the microphone while I do that and give people a chance to get in.
Has been asking for.
You want to be able to.
Apparently something is playing in the background. Yep. There we go. Alright, we'll give it a couple minutes, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Robert, what's up? My apologies for being rude and eating while I stream. Everything's running kind of behind in our house today, including lunch. So that's why I pushed back the start time a little bit. I'm just finishing up eating. I'm going to zoom out here and let everybody kind of see the situation while we wait to get started. Lone Star Empire has seen better days. Golden Empire of California, the Socialist Republic of Tennessee are kind of divvying them up right now. Of course, meanwhile, I've got my own issues with this ongoing war against Maryland and Virginia. And we do have war in Europe now. Germany invaded Czechoslovakia, and that kind of set off the war. You can see Italy's going in on France. Yeah, Robert, I get that, and I know that we all have our own kind of quirks, and we all have kind of things that irritate us, but I try to keep to a minimum things I know might be found disagreeable to folks as much as possible. Absolutely true. Hey, Joker, how's it going? My apologies, as I told Robert and others. A little bit of a late start, finishing up lunch, trying not to eat while I talk. I'm going to get started here in a minute. What did you do that you'll never do again? I haven't checked it since yesterday. Like I said before, I don't really get on that. My history got Twitter too much. I mostly have it there for so that when my videos go live, they get posted right to Twitter. But I'll check it out when we're done here. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're just going to continue right where we left off with this war. I'm hoping that even though the battles don't seem to be going particularly well, that we're still going to press ahead and take out Maryland and Virginia before very long. Interesting, Robert. That's awesome. I've never tried to fully conquer the world. In the World War II mod, not yet anyway. Any of the World War II mods. Really low on manpower, but my manpower should be climbing up because of some of the recent changes to my settings on various things. What was it? I think I did something. Yeah, and military youth is going to help with that too. Militarism gave me a 5% recruitable population. Military youth is going to give me another 2% recruitable population. So all of these things are helping. This one's going to give a 10% reduction in division training time. Let's see if we can get this other research slot. Not yet. But we'll go after that extra research slot as soon as possible. Führerreich auto-corrected to driver's license. That's awesome. Czechoslovakia is out. That happened quickly. So German Reich is fat, with Austria and Czechoslovakia now part of their realm. Italy's marching into France. Looks like the nationalist Spain has just about finished off the Spanish Civil War. So a lot happening, and happening early. Let's see what the war looks like down here. Lone Star Empire's hanging on for dear life. Looks like we're going to probably take out Maryland before Virginia. Maybe, maybe not. Depends on if they get to Norfolk first. Oh, you had me nervous for a second there, thinking that maybe there was something wrong with my mic. It's all good. So the lunch of the day is Pizza Hut boneless wings. Boy, Maryland's got to be close to being out. Lone Star Empire's close to being out as well in their war. Oh, wow, Maryland is not. I guess we got to take Annapolis and get all their points all at once. I am Ohio. Ohio is fascist, as are Indiana and West Virginia. Yeah, I'm red. Yeah, the colors are confusing just because there's so many states. And interestingly, a lot of the states have completely stayed out of any kind of war. And I'm the head of my own faction, which is the Mid-Atlantic Reich, which includes New Jersey, Indiana, Appalachia is West Virginia, Wisconsin, El Salvador, and Venezuela right now. And we're so close. Lone Star Empire is out. That was somebody I was actually at war with, even though I never actually kind of fought with them directly because they were so far away. But you can see now, wow, Golden Empire, California has huge amounts of territory because the Lone Star Empire had taken Mexico. So now with California taking them, they control all of that territory. So that's a pretty big threat. Let's see. They're actually fascist, but they're part of a different faction than me. But we should probably stay on pretty good terms with them. Yeah, Ohio is a swing state. We voted for Trump in the most recent election, but we went for Obama in the previous two. So more often than not, we actually vote for the winner. I mean, typically, whoever wins Ohio wins the presidency. We went for Bush both times, went for Clinton. I can't remember actually the last time that Ohio voted for the losing candidate in an election. But I actually live in the bluest part of Ohio, which is the Northeast. Military youth. That should help with manpower. Paramilitism will reduce my training time on my divisions. Now, we're having a heck of a time taking Annapolis. It looks like Virginia may fall first. Hey, Fritz, how's it going? There we go. 46 divisions. There's 28 divisions. Maryland, the UK, Virginia, New Zealand, and France all have divisions in here. You can see there kind of the breakdown of everything. Their average strength right now is 91%, so we've got a while to really break them down. And it looks like they're getting reinforcements. So I am the state of Ohio, and we're trying to finish off Maryland as well as Virginia in this current war. I've now lost 700,000 men total in all the wars. Yeah, manpower, this number right here represents what I have available to me that can be used for reinforcements or building new units, and it changes as those men trickle into my army. Now, if you look here, under the box that pops up, you can see that it shows how many men are actually in the field in my army. 335,000 in the field, 30,000 more training. Hoosier Empire canceled their Lend-Lease. That's not a huge deal. Oh, so did Venezuela. Interesting. Do paratroopers. I'll get there. Oh, thank you, Fritz. That was brutal. I'm glad everybody kind of stuck with me for that because it took a lot of kind of going back and correcting my mistakes to be able to finally take Washington, but it was definitely very satisfying to actually be able to do it on Legendary. I wasn't sure at the outset that it was going to be possible. This is where I wish I had nuclear weapons. I could just drop a nuke on Annapolis and finish them off. I don't think I actually have paratroopers at the moment. So we're kind of shifting around all my units, getting them into position. How's Virginia coming along? Still not quite there. So I've lost, coming right up on 700,000 now. 280,000 of them against Maryland. 186,000 against Virginia. Will I be getting Battlefield 5? Yeah, I think I probably will. I don't play the Xbox as much as I'd like, but hey, we took Maryland out. Maryland is no more. Now we shift our attention to finishing off Virginia. What is this here? I thought Maryland was out, and yet they still have this territory. So we got to go over here and take out Eastern Shore. Yeah, Fritz. Yeah, I'm gonna have some fun. I think, like I said in that video, before I get into another campaign, and obviously because I'm doing the live stream Union campaign right now, I probably won't do a Union Legendary campaign, a full-blown Legendary campaign, until I finish that live stream series. My son's writing a note and trying to hang it up for me to read, but I can't see what it says. Yeah, Joker, if I get Battlefield 5 for sure. When does that come out? But anyway, what I was saying was I will do a Legendary campaign on the Union at some point. But in the meantime, I'm going to have some fun with just some of those random challenges like that. I'm definitely gonna try something out as a like a cavalry skirmisher and artillery only campaign, just to see how far I can get. I'm also gonna try Pickett's Charge as the Union with only artillery, nothing but artillery, and see how that goes. I'm kind of curious to see how that may go. Hey Brian, how's it going? We're just finishing off Maryland and turning toward Virginia. What my son was telling me is that my almost 6-year-old son is watching this live stream on YouTube right now. So that's kind of cool. So hello, Eli. How you doing? He'll probably be excited for me to say his name. Man, this has been a slow process on this one. Let's see what's happening in Europe. All right, still waiting for the Spanish Civil War to wind down. Looks like France is making a little bit of progress, taking some territory back from Italy. Germany's kind of sitting still for the moment. Yeah, Stukas, that'll be fun. So we're taking a look at the factions here. This is all part of the Mid-Atlantic Reich down here, Venezuela. We've got several syndicates. New England's kind of doing their own thing. Do I have a working Xbox headset? Yes, I do. Several, in fact, because at times there are multiple of us in the house playing at the same time. We have 2 Xbox Ones. So that my son and I can play together. Come on, guys. Let's finish these people off. Yeah, the cavalry charge was fun. I thought that would be something fun to do, just to do something completely different. We're still a little early to be working on atomic research. Let's go with improved artillery. Yeah, Robert, I saw your comment about that, and I may give that a try. I got to get a little better at Scourge of War first. I'm still pretty new to that game. I've got a lot to learn, but I'll definitely be playing some more of that. Man, this has been brutal marching through Virginia, and it's not like these are mountains either. I mean, this is kind of the lowlands of Virginia here. We're in around Richmond, Yorktown's over here. Yeah, I defeated Maryland, but they've still got one territory that's, even though Maryland's out of the war, we've got some units that are still fighting on. I don't know who these are New Jersey units. So we may be a while yet trying to finish these guys off here. My manpower's staying pretty steady just because the rate at which I'm losing casualties is matching up pretty evenly with the rate at which I'm replenishing my losses. We're going to rush 3 new units into the field, though. And that gets me 2 maxed out armies now. Oh, we've got some sabotage happening in Pennsylvania. We're going to have to deal with that once this war's over. What kind of customization can you do in that game? I'll be honest, I've been so focused on PC gaming lately that I haven't followed a lot with what's happening on first-person shooters. There's paramilitarism that's going to reduce the time it takes to train divisions. Alright, let's go for that second extra research slot. UK has called Romania into the war as part of the Allies. What is this right here? Interesting. Oh, that's cool. This has not been a fun war. I just don't have the manpower over there in Maryland to finish them off. Things have kind of come to a standstill over here as well. I think once I take Norfolk, that should pretty much do it. But he's got a lot of divisions here, mostly from the UK. UK is the only thing that's keeping Virginia alive right now. Let's get an Air Force Chief, Ground Support Specialist. Air Superiority, and Armor Expert. I was Joker. I'm not anymore. That's what I said at the top of the broadcast. I apologized ahead of time for the fact that I was finishing up lunch while starting the live stream, but I didn't want to start any later than I already was. But I am done now. I did talk about doing Old World Blues, but I feel like I've got a long way to go to be good enough at that to justify being able to live stream about it. It's got a pretty big learning curve, and I just don't have the time to put into learning it right now. So that'll happen at some point, but we're just not there yet. All right, we're going to shift over here and Just try to take out Virginia instead of continuing to throw units at the eastern shore of Maryland. Joker, I'm going to have to take a look at Führerreich and think about that a little bit. Probably somebody I haven't played as in a series yet. But I'll have to think some about that. I haven't played the United States in a mod for a while, so I may consider being my home country. I try to shy away from that because I rather like to take on challenges rather than taking on the most powerful countries. Alright, where are we at here on this? Not quite in a position yet. Alright, let's do this. Finish off Virginia. I'll let my allies worry about containing the troops in Maryland. So I guess the World Cup starts pretty soon here. A Luxembourg world domination. That would be fabulous. So, what is the date today anyway? The 12th. So the World Cup starts here in a couple of days. So I imagine it's probably a silly question to ask anybody who they're rooting for in the World Cup, unless it's not your home country, which is true in my case because my country is not in the World Cup, sadly. I feel like I'm kind of cheering for Germany and England equally just because my roots are in both of those nations. Strategic bombing. I'm not entirely sure I've got a lot of strategic bombers. Let's take a look at what I've got. I've got fighters. I've got close air support. And that's it. I haven't produced any strategic bombers yet. And I've got air superiority at the moment. I don't even know if I've got the ability to make strategic bombers. Let's take a look. We got interwar bombers. I don't think I'm going to produce those. I tell you what, though, next research slot that opens up, which will probably be my extra one, we'll start researching some bombers. Yeah. I'm not the least bit surprised, Joker and Fritz, that you guys are cheering for Deutschland. And I'm cheering for them as well. I just haven't decided between them and, how do you say it? I'm trying to remember how you say England in German. Oh, gosh. Or maybe it just is England because English is a Germanic language anyway. Only interwar equipment. Now you're getting crazy on me. Alright. Let's push this. It's just a war of attrition for me right now. I'm just trying to wear him down. Let's see what... Yeah, see, Virginia's not got that much of an army, but they're being defended by the British. Okay, it is England and Germany. That's why I couldn't think of it. Or Great Britain, yeah. And I don't know, they're not in the same group, are they, England and Germany? I'm looking at the groups now. So Germany's with South Korea, Mexico, and Sweden. Interesting. Probably be Germany and Mexico coming out of that group. Germany's got a pretty easy group then. My goodness. Good for them. Wait, no muskets. The Afghans have muskets in HOI4. And looks like England and Belgium have a pretty easy group to get out of, too. They're in with Tunisia and Panama. It's painful as an American to know that Panama made it to the World Cup and we did not. That's just, it's kind of sad, really. We'll see what I can do, Joker. Things are not going good up here, but we're going to finish off Virginia and then turn back around and deal with the rest of Maryland. Man, this is a brutal war. I'm just kind of curious to see how it's all going to shake out. It looks like I'm just disappointed that I'm fighting for all this territory that I don't even get to control because it's all going to West Virginia. Because we suck at football. Yeah, that's about it. That is about it. And it's funny, well, it's kind of unfortunate, really, because at least in our family and a lot of families where I live, soccer, as we call it, football, as you guys call it, is the big sport. I mean, my kids have been playing since they were 6 years old, and my son still plays. My youngest son will be starting next year, and I coach his team, and we're 8-1 so far. And we have a rematch tonight against the one team that beat us this season. This is actually the last week of our regular season. Then we have our tournament the week after. And we are, my son's team, we are the defending champions of our league. So we're pretty excited about getting another one. All right, if we can cut these guys off and take this territory here, I can surround some of these divisions and destroy them. Plus, I'll have an open road to Norfolk. If I equip a unit with STG 44s, do you see the unit holding it on the battlefield? I don't know. Hold on a second. Let's pause for a second here. New national focus. What does ideological fanaticism get me? Allows kamikaze strike air missions. I don't think we need that. Let's go ahead and get nuclear effort going, though. All right, now let's take a look at air strategic bombers. Okay, let's start getting some of those going. Yeah, as a parent, I don't think that I would have found that nearly as funny as you are. All right, I'm gonna throw everything at this. They've only got 11 divisions there: UK, France, and Virginia. My goodness, look at how many divisions he's got parked in there, because that's his kind of only spot to go right now. I can't believe how long it is taking to win this war. Alright, industry. We got our first medium tanks about to finish up. Death stacking for the win. Joker, not to my knowledge, but you know what? I'm probably not the best person to ask about music in the U.S. I don't really get into a lot of the music that's out there. Pretty much I listen to musical theater and Ed Sheeran. and then country music, and that's probably about it for me. Dive bombers, yes. Let's go ahead and get some more units into the field. I'm really bringing down my manpower now. We're going to upgrade our artillery. I really don't need any more fighters right now. Or tanks, for that matter. So let's pause for a second here. We can produce, we'll at least get a few interwar bombers going. Where did I put those? Oh, they're down here. Oh boy, come on, let's try that again. There we go. Now we're going to create another army. I gotta create a new commander. I'm actually gonna put them on garrison duty in Pennsylvania because I'm having some issues with sabotage right now. Just have them lower resistance. When you're Russia, you put on scraping the barrel. That's pretty bad if it gets to that point as Russia or China. Yeah, Joker, that was my phone. I don't know why I thought I had it turned off completely, but apparently it was still on vibrate. I'm just having a rough day today all around. I don't even know who that was that called. It's not a number I recognize. Alright, hopefully we'll finish off Virginia during this episode. I'm starting to wonder if that will be the case. We're a little ahead on those. How about support companies? Start working on some of those. Do I call it a handy? No, that must be a German thing. I don't think I've ever heard that term before. Robert, if that's the case, I'm not aware of it. So I don't know. They haven't told me otherwise about a policy of not broadcasting on both at the same time. And so I do it. Super heavy tanks, yeah, we'll get there. Let's take a look right now. Yeah, we got to get all the way down here for that. That'll be 1943 at the earliest, probably. Are there dive bombers in Hearts of Iron 4? I believe so, or at least there is dive bombing. I don't know if there's a specific unit that's called a dive bomber, but dive bombing is a thing. In fact, I think it's something I've already researched. Yeah, right there, dive bombing. It just gives you a mission efficiency bonus. Alright, we're getting closer and closer to finishing these guys off. Let's see if I can start producing some bombers yet. Probably going to be too late to get them in the field for this, but... Not really sure I want to send 2 tactical bombers into the field, but hey, why not? Strategic bombing it is. Alex White wounded. One of my generals. Wounded for 90 days. Hey, Bloody Iron 77. Were you born in 77? Is that why you have that number? Just curious because that's the year I was born. You gave Herr Rommel some suggestions. I thought you might. Darn you. closing in on Norfolk. Of course, keep in mind, Joker, that you haven't seen our latest episode. I always broadcast those a week behind, specifically because of things like what you did by helping out. So we've already played one more episode than you've seen. But that doesn't mean that you can't give him some suggestions. He actually won't be playing this Saturday. He got somebody to fill in for him, a friend of his in Romania. Alright, so I'm pretty much out of manpower now. Where am I on conscription laws? I'm at limited. I'm going to go extensive. Need more men. Need more men. Yeah, no, that makes sense to go after his weaker neighbors. That's what I would do. I'm getting ready to go after Afghanistan on there. Just because I'm trying to open up a front with British Raj so I can take them on. And Afghanistan won't give me access. So here I am as the Soviets going into a war in Afghanistan that will probably not end well, just like the historic one did. While I'm thinking about it, speaking of Hearts of Iron, I have played my next episode as North Korea. That I finished editing. I'm going to be rendering that video as soon as I wrap this up, so that should be live in a couple of hours. No longer Kim Jong-un in charge. I've switched to a monarchy. Kim Jong-un is out. No, I'm not going to do scraping the barrel, Dushine. I don't want it to get to that point. I've got almost a 500,000 man army. But I'm just at war with so many people, and I've lost 912,000 now. Almost half of all of the casualties that have happened have been mine in this war, at least on my side. And the numbers are fairly even. Incredibly costly war on both sides. Go after the warlords in China. Interesting. Well, China actually has a human player right now. Now, obviously, there are more than one Chinese nation right at that point in the war. So close to breaking through right here, and if I can just cut him in half, then I can destroy some of these divisions and cause some massive casualties. How long is this going to take? Let's see. Another 14 days. My goodness. See how those bombers are doing. Ooh, we've got 9 of them now. Nice. Do I get Kolchak? Yeah, I think he's dead. Joker, I can't go fascist, I don't think, at this point. I mean, I guess I could, but kind of the fun for me right now is that every other human player in the game is fascist, and I'm not. And I kind of like that challenge, because I know at some point they're all going to come after me. Not only because I'm the only non-fascist human in the game, but also because I'm the host, I'm the history guy. Of course they want to be able to take me out, I get that. So I'm just trying to prepare myself for that as best I can. But right now we're on the same side. We're actually fighting against the Allies together. So, oh man, that just got ugly fast. He must have just moved some more units into that area. Man, what a just brutal war. Can't believe how long this has taken me. Did I hear General McClellan? More men, more men. Yeah, that's pretty much where we are, too. We're down here. I'm on the peninsula, but I'm attacking to the south a little bit this time. But yeah, I don't have enough men. The Pinkertons told me that I need more men. Confederates outnumber me. What I really need is nukes. And it's going to be a while before I get them. Alright, what else do we got here? Not a lot of great options. Albania has joined the war. That's because Italy declared war on them. Yep. And the German Reich has claimed Memel. I'm really running out of options here as far as things I can do. My goodness, what do I got to do to break through on these guys? Is there a similar mod to this for Germany? If there is, I'm not aware of it. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It just means I don't know about it. It's probably worth checking. There's a lot of mods out there. In the Name of the Tsar, I haven't seen that one either. Have I seen gameplay of Battlefield 5? No, I have not so far, but I am a big fan of Battlefield games in general. Let's see what's happening around the world here. So pretty much a stalemate between Italy and France. I can't believe that nationalist Spain has actually lost some territory. They can't quite finish that civil war off. And now it looks like we've got Czechoslovakia starting to push back against the Germans a little bit. Meanwhile, the Soviets are just chilling, really not getting involved in anything at all. Let's see what Stalin's up to. What's Germany doing? Anti-Comintern Pact. Interesting. Meanwhile, the United States won't be help to anybody. Oh, I can't believe. Oh, here we go. Now we're starting to make some progress. We may actually break through on this thing pretty soon here. Oh, it said less than a day, and now it says 21 days. I wondered, Robert, what was going on, because you had looked like you were invading Cuba, and then all of a sudden nothing was happening there. So I'm curious to see what happens with that. You're finally involved in the fighting. So it looks like there's still war going on here. Socialist Republic of Tennessee fighting against Louisiana. Let's take a look at all the wars and see if there are any that are near completion. Obviously, the Spanish Civil War. The Arkansas-Illinois War is close to completion. As soon as Louisiana is out, that war is over. So that should be interesting. Technically, we are a part of that war, though we haven't done any of the fighting. Sinkang joined the Comintern. No big surprise there. Can we just finish off Virginia, please? It looks like he must have shifted some of the units down, because now there's only 8 divisions defending this last part of Maryland. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send this army down here, with the exception of a couple armored divisions. See if we can't finish that off. Come on, let's finish these guys. Man. What I really need is I need these guys to join this war and march up from the south. Who is this? North Carolina. They're fascist. Can't invite them to the faction, but I can ask for military access. Let's improve relations. Alright, my other army up here is starting to get close. Yeah, we're going to finish Maryland off here in a minute. My other army may not even be necessary. They're going to get there just in time to watch Eastern Shore fall. There it is. Okay, so let's send these guys down to help out, I guess. We'll worry about the sabotage later. I'm completely out of manpower now. Even with all the things I've done to boost my percentage of core population that I can recruit, it just hasn't been enough. This has been just a disastrous war for me. Oh, are we still fighting here? Okay. And that's the problem now. Now that I'm out of manpower, I can't replenish my losses. Alright, let's not be pouring anything into new units anymore. Let's put them into reinforcements and upgrades. His divisions are relatively strong. They've still got about 90% of their strength. Mine, not as much. Only about 65%. Alright, we're going to go a few more minutes and I'm going to wrap this up for today. I usually try to go an hour. We're getting close to that. Just hoping somewhere that there can be a breakthrough. Oh, we're up to 24 planes now in the strategic bombing. We can create some more close air support. No, I don't have any manpower. I can't. Ah, boy. Man, it's brutal when you run out of manpower. Oh, hey, what's happening here? We may be making a breakthrough. Hungary declared war on Czechoslovakia. Hungary joined the Axis. Interesting. Let's see what that means. Obviously, that helps Germany out. That gives them another front there. Australia has joined on the side of the Allies. So very few people still sitting on the sidelines in this thing. And that's the problem, is that I thought I was invading Maryland and Virginia. In reality, I'm fighting a world war against the Allies. Yeah, that's the thing, Robert. You got to get that port so you have a base of supply. It's the same reason the Allies went for Normandy, because they wanted to get that place where they had shallow water that they could put artificial ports in, and then they had to move up and take Le Havre so they could have that port. Alright, I'm starting to think that we're not going to be able to finish Virginia off today. Have to wait till Friday. Starting to build up a little bit of manpower. That's probably enough for me to be able to get these additional close air support into the field. Or not. Got to get it under 12. There we go. Bloody Iron, how's it going? So I don't know if I ever saw your answer. I'll ask you again just in case maybe you didn't hear it. The 77, is that the year you were born? Just curious, because that's the year I was born. I'm desperately trying to break through here. He's only got 10 divisions. 9. So I'm either destroying them or he's moving them out. 8. Yeah, Joker, there's a lot of interesting mods out there. It's just I obviously don't have time to check them all out. But yeah, the name of the czar sounds interesting. And Arma 2, I have not thought about that. I'll have to check that out. Romania's out. Wow, that happened fast. Look at Hungary go. My goodness. Hungary and Germany just split Romania up. He's moving divisions back in again. Darn him. Who's this over here? Maybe I'm thinking about this wrong. Maybe I need to try going at it a different way. I just don't have the manpower or the resources to do this right now. I think maybe what I just need to do is just stop all my attacks. Give myself a chance to kind of regroup a little bit. Didn't do that the way I wanted to. Let's do this. Alright, hold on a second here. Anti-Comintern Pact. Germany proposes that we sign a pact to address the Comintern's goal of spreading communism worldwide. Well, Germany's one of the few friends I have right now, so I don't really want to tick them off too much. All right. I'm going to wrap it up right there for now, guys. We'll be back on Friday with another episode on this one. 90%. He's a champion. So I'm going to wrap it up right there. Be watching for my next North Korean episode. That'll be up live later today. We'll do another challenge for Ultimate General Civil War tomorrow. I think I may go ahead and do my all-artillery challenge and try to defend Pickett's charge with only artillery and see how that goes. So be watching for that. Other stuff coming down the pike. Go over to the Discord if you have suggestions and ideas. That's a great place to do that. And as always, I enjoy it, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for being a part of this. And we'll see you again on Friday with the next Hearts of Iron live stream.